do that by taking x-rays. We need to review the x-rays on the first day. We go over them with them on the ROF, right? So they know that, they're prepped for that. You may need to address it because a lot of patients want to get adjusted, but you can give them some treatment on the first day. You can do ice, you can do electrical stimulation, you can do cervical axial distraction, you can do something with them that isn't an adjustment, okay? So then they get some relief, they're happy that they got some treatment, and then you're gonna put them in a machine, whether it's an over-the-door hanger or if you have universal or whatever you have, you're gonna put them in a machine that ultimately will be the machine that fixes them. So they're in this machine that's making them feel better, they have success in that machine. Then when you move them into doing corrective care where you're gonna do a poke two-way, they've already got confidence in that machine. It's not like that machine here made them feel better, but then this machine sucks. This machine hurts, right? So there's an intention behind everything we do, right? The same machine made you feel better, but now we're just starting to pull you back the other way. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is have you stand up. Now we did cervical range, the neck ranges of motion. Now we're gonna do low back ranges of motion. I want you to just bend down as far as you can and touch your toes. Get next to your patient in case they're unstable or they fall. Come back up for me. Place your hands on your low back right here. I want you to bend back as far as you can. Is that causing you pain? No, not at all. All right. Turn your upper torso here. Check the rotation. This is all just visual, you guys. Side to side. Okay, great. Make your notes on your range of motion. Ask if there's pain. Now we're in the coronal plane, so we can start our posture analysis. Now we can go to our XYZ. Now what you're going to do with them is you're not going to tell them their XYZ. You're going to say, okay, I'm looking at your pelvis is shifted to this side, and then you can come over and go, yeah, it's going that way, and then your spine is moving this way, it's going over to this direction, and then your head's shifted to this side. If this was a car collision, you can ask, was it a side impact, right? Did your head get knocked like this? Or if it was a rear end, was your head turned? That can cause a translation in your head. Tie all that in, okay? They want to hear what's going on. We want to give them something now. Have them turn to the side, face this direction. Talk to them about what you see in their posture, right? We can have translations along Z. We can have rotations around X. Call it out, touch them, point, show it to them, okay? Next, we're going to go to the table, have them lay face down. We're going to do all of our orthopedic tests that we do face down. We're going to do all of our palpatory exam. And then don't spread mayonnaise on them, okay? Don't do the light pussyfoot touching. Get in there and touch and dig, and then go, wow, that's a really tight muscle. That joint isn't moving the way it's supposed to, all the way down to the tailbone. Have them then turn face up, do your SLR, your Milgrams, your Braggarts, all of your face-up tests. Finally, have them engage their core, take their hands and kind of help them up for minors, see how they do with that. Stand up and then have them sit back down and go, great, we finished our exam. I'm going to have my staff come in. You're already dressed appropriately, like we talked on the phone, you're in your athletic gear. We're going to get x-rays of your spine from the front and your spine from the side. As soon as everything's clear, we're going to bring you out and we're going to be putting you in the therapy to give you some relief today. Okay, the last thing is, I'd like to sit down with you tomorrow or the next day and go over the results of your exam and your x-rays. Don't say ROF. They don't know what that means. You can say report of findings if you want, or report of tests, but basically I'm going to let you know what the results of today's findings were. That next visit is a continuation of today, okay? On that day I'm going to go over again, I'll recap what normal is. I'm going to show you if there is any difference from normal with you. We'll let you know what treatments we recommend so you can tell us what you want us to do, and then I'll go over any costs before you incur any of the expense. Now on that day, it's really beneficial if you have a second set of eyes and ears. So your spouse, your wife, tell me your wife's name again? Marcia. So Marcia should come in with you. You can do that, correct? Yeah. I'm telling you can do it, right? Great. So Marcia should come in. Now we'll be able to discuss at that time any time commitments and again anything financial, so we can make that decision right there together, and then we'll be prepared to do a treatment on that day if you're a candidate for care and an adjustment. Okay, really great to meet you. I look forward to giving you great results.
Thank you.
Cool, that's the exam, okay? Is that similar to what you guys are doing? Yep. Okay, is there anything, any tidbit, a thing or two that you heard that you want to add? No? Great, awesome. That's fantastic.
If you're
I also do a spirometer.
Awesome, that's fantastic. That's a really, really, really good thing to do, you guys. That's great.
If you're up,
really good.
He does a spirometer, so he does a breathing test. So I love that. I've been thinking about that for a while, but to do that test on the initial day, and then after you do corrective care, re-x-ray, re-posture screen, and redo that test, that's awesome, dude. High five, kick ass.
if you're
Fred, I didn't do it. Fred told me.
It's great.
if you're offering a free consultation, where do you?
Perfect, I'll do that next.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the things that we do, because we use Fred's thing, so it's kind of like your pre-consult.
Yeah.
When we do the consult, we have a stand-up next to us. And
Yes.
We have the brain body diagrams and then A to P poster.
Great.
And we use dry erase markers.
Yeah.
So as they go, we put them up and add some into the area of the spine to
Good.
connect them with people. Then when we're doing the exam, like they're facing it, so I can read everything
can
that they
point
have
it
for
out, yeah.
symptoms. So this area of your neck is what's affecting your thyroid and your tablet.
Perfect.
Tile that in with them.
Perfect. Now,
And then the girls take a picture of it and
does everybody here use Elite Systems? Does anybody here use Elite Systems? Australia doesn't really like the Elite Systems. You're not going to really like them. Are you comfortable with what I did then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So here's my opinion. I use Elite Systems too. I use Fred Systems, and Fred Systems or Singer they're a conglomeration of everything that he's built on from other chiropractors, right? Really, really good systems. Whatever you do a system that you feel right about, that you feel comfortable about, that you're speaking honestly about, that you're speaking accurately about. For example, and again, who you are is who you're going to be. So I'm going to be a little different than Fred, and you're going to be a little different than me. Okay. One of the things that Fred taught us is that neurosurgeons say that the neck curve is the arc of life. Have any of you heard that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do neurosurgeons say that?
No.
Anybody know?
No, they don't.
Okay, I know because I'm in a neurosurgeon's office. They don't say that, okay? When I say that, I feel a little campy. I feel a little religious.
Yeah.
I feel a little spiritual. And I've got a place in that for me, but it's not my practice. So that's my core value. And Fred teaches us that. Make sure that you're true to your own core value, right?
Right.
So whatever you do, just make sure it's true to you. And an important thing that I like to do is I like to say may, or could, or should, or likely, instead of it will, right? Because I just don't know if your heartburn is from a subluxation in your thoracic spine. I don't know.
you say, would you like to see if your spine's contributing to that?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Love it. Right, so it's just a slight nuance, right, that makes us speak accurately. Okay, anybody else?